Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Grab a cold one, crank up the volume, and join the show. Welcome to NBNR Live. And here we go.
It's no block, no rock.
Where?
Shut up!
Get him, Jared. Get him.
Go Big Red indeed. No block, no rock. Episode 243 coming at you from the NBNR studio.
Connor was literally telling me, I was like, hey, guess what beer I have? And he's like, I can see the blue. I'm like, you're colorblind. You can't see it.
Okay. What colorblind does not mean I'm blind to color. Do not make fun of my disability.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know. That's a weird one, Austin. I know.
We just kind of assume colorblind, like, can you see anything?
He's like, I can see the blue. I'm like, where do you see blue?
Right on that koozie, dumb fuck.
Jesus. Evans Custom Apparel.
Shout out, Evan.
Get your NBNR merch at Evans Custom Apparel.
Okay, I mean, we got merch.
Look at that.
If you like pickles and you don't have a pickle fight canned in your fridge, you're doing yourself a disservice. Pickle Fight from NBC is the best pickle beer in the state. Dare I say the country. I've tried the zip line. Sucks.
Wow.
The worst pickle I've ever had.
Oh,
This is where we're going right here. Okay? It's in stores, yes?
It is currently in stores. I will tell you, if you want to get it in stores, most years we do 2 drops. This year we're doing 1. Get it while you can.
I'm going to take it all.
You're going to
selling-
drop the pickle, baby.
It is selling fast. Get it while you can.
That's my pickle. Mike, go.
I am drinking Stories from Nebraska Coffee Stout.
Oh, you motherfucker. You told me I was wrong.
I didn't tell you wrong. I was just wondering how you knew.
I could
So,
see it.
Because you're
You can't see it. It
colorblind.
wasn't even open.
I could see it.
Yeah. So
This is the shit we argue about.
No,
huh?
this is the best.
we begged the brewery to have a stout. We've been begging them to have a coffee stout. We told them to call it 11 a.m. kickoff. They called it Stories from Nebraska.
Fine.
It's really good, though. I will tell you, it's a really good beer. And I haven't had it in a while, so our fridge is getting a little thin. So I was like, why not have a little coffee stout in my life?
Well, I'll tell you what, as of right now, we do have one story from Nebraska we can tell, and that was a 20-17 win.
Woo!
There's one story. There's 11 more to go. We'll figure out what those endings are. But yeah, no, it's Stories from Nebraska. We partner with Stories Coffee.
Yeah.
We're supporting local business, Mike.
Hey, support local. That's what we do.
I don't think I need to tell you guys. I think you know.
You're drinking a dented Pilsner.
But here's what's crazy. It's a dented can. I think I dropped it when I initially brought them here to the studio.
athlete.
Yeah, athlete.
Obviously,
not
look
a
at
good
him.
one.
He lost to a race to a girl. So.
Okay.
He's colorblind. Leave
We
him
go
alone.
back to
Did
this.
you ever work with Marissa Voss?
Oh no,
Oh,
she's
okay.
before my time.
She was before your time.
Before my
Well,
time, yeah.
He lost a race to her.
She ran track at Mankato State, and I
Mm.
lost by a half
Notable,
step.
track school. Yeah.
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 I didn't run track ever. I lost by a half step. Fuck you, Mike. I am drinking Pilsner. It is a dented can, but I'll tell you what, it tastes just as good.
Dented or not dented?
Yeah, it doesn't
go.
matter. It's a great beer.
Al
Kyle
dente.
Byers over there. What are you drinking?
Man, you guys know how to make these segments last
Yeah.
forever.
Shocker.
The intro, we're sitting at 6 minutes.
Hey,
No way.
that means we're going to go an hour and 6 minutes.
EOS Hefeweizen. It's my go-to. It's what I get every week. I'll send it back over to Jared so we
Hey.
can close this out.
Austin Jacobsen.
I've got to squeeze the day, and I'm loving this.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. And it's got a lemon run in the Nebraska Marathon. Big fan of that.
Yeah, made with the Nebraska Marathon.
Sweat?
So when they do the run, if you finish the half or the full, at the end of the race, you actually get a can of that.
Really?
Yeah.
I did this year, and I did not get a can of this.
Oh, well, talk to Joe Sutter.
Okay, I will.
We love Joe. I'm kidding. I love you, Joe.
You're gonna
But we do make that beer specifically for the Nebraska Marathon.
Okay, must be why I like it. Got my Josh Peterson on right now.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at
I like
you.
that. Like that.
He's a big runner. He likes to run.
Big
Are
runner.
you better than Josh?
No. Oh God. No.
Are you faster than Josh?
God no. No.
Yeah, Josh is pretty serious.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're not, but
Dude, he had a
He's-
running pod for like a little bit.
He did. Yeah.
That's how you know.
He caught 3 hours, so then he was done.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
Yeah,
so like
she's
a
done
running
with it after
pod,
that.
do you record the pod while you're running?
You know, that would probably make it better.
I am feeling good.
I like running.
Mile 9. We're doing great.
That'd be a long cord.
Is that what you sound
Yeah.
like after you run with Marissa, or was that mile 9?
Oh, dude, honestly, like I think we attempted to do like a 40.
They
and I
ran
certainly
through a
sound-
tailgate.
Oh,
That
good.
was how
Oh,
we
yeah.
determined at the
And-
I
Minnesota
love
game.
that.
and I definitely did sound like that. I'm
Nothing
not
wrong
in
with
good
that.
shape.
There's no shame.
Yeah.
No shame.
All right, get to our last
Yeah.
sponsor here.
Before we get into the really fun stuff, I want to talk about our friends at Sinovation Omaha. At Sinovation Omaha, your image is their business. From eye-catching indoor and outdoor signs to clear professional wayfinding solutions, they're going to help you find your brand and make it stand out where it matters the most. Transform your walls with stunning wraps, turn vehicles into rolling billboards with custom decals, and add privacy or style with vinyl window graphics. When you partner with a Sinovation Omaha, you're not just getting signage. You're adding curb appeal and creating lasting first impressions for all of your customers. That's
Boom.
Sinovation Omaha.
Absolutely.
Connor, my
That was
God.
Wow.
perfect. You're
You're
going to probably
much
hear
better.
that at the beginning of the episode, too.
You're much better at reading that than I was.
Yeah.
Did you?
I'll tell you, I did read through it like 3 times. There was some rehearsal going on interior here, but it worked. So
If it was
Sinovation Omaha, go do some business with business.
Oh, no.
I'm Kyle now. Go do some business with Sinovation Omaha.
you colorblind.
They're fantastic. Mike actually is a real customer. He's
I
used
am.
them before.
Yes.
These are like, God damn it, I'm Kyle again.
No.
This is a legitimate, like we've seen results from these guys.
You see what happens to Connor when he goes off script?
Yes, he went off
Yeah.
script.
Well,
and
Kyle
he got
got me
fucked
nervous.
up. All right.
Start at the
hey,
one.
Hey, guys.
Tough.
Nebraska won a football game. Let's
Holy
talk about that.
shit. Yeah.
Well, Nebraska, we're coming world class.
In every class.
Boom.
Hey, so Operation Arrow Storm. That's what they called it. They made T-shirts. Operation Arrow Storm. It was a success. Mike, did you ever get up out of your wheelchair at any point during the game?
No, I wasn't in one, so I couldn't stand up.
It'd be weird if you were in one, wouldn't it?
I will say, though, so we were sitting in our seats, and Trevor bought a single ticket, like on the other side of the stadium, but he wanted to still sit with us. So we stood the whole time so we could cram him in our aisle.
Nice.
So I stood, but it wasn't because I was in a wheelchair. It was because I was literally handicapped in no seat next to the guy.
Jesus. See, and I asked him that, like, not knowing any of this shit. Like,
I'm just saying that
No,
it just
good.
came up because you said, hey, yeah, I was standing. I had no choice. I had no seat.
Anyway, thanks, Mike, for that whole thing. Yeah.
I'll tell
Wheelchair.
you.
Go. What?
So, not
Oh.
wheelchair. I will tell you, I was in a very different section than Mike. I think we were actually on the
handicap
opposite
section.
sides of the stadium. No, they wouldn't let me. I tried.
You must be this tall to ride.
Yeah, I'm in short. But it was very cool. There was one guy, and he told me he listens every week. I'm sorry, I didn't learn your name.
Jesus.
But he
Great
recognized
customer
me.
service.
Yeah, well,
We love our listeners.
we
love our
like we're halfway through the first quarter. I am 6 beers deep, bare minimum. I did get my Runza. Mike, did you get one?
No.
Coward.
I got in 1 minute before kickoff.
Oh,
Respectfully.
jeez. But he was really cool, and one of my friends ended up leaving. 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Psycho. I did give him a lot of shit for doing that. I did get a response. It was mostly gibberish. I realized that he was probably 3 sheets to the wind. But to the gentleman behind me that recognized me from MBNR after I showed him the jersey, because I was wearing the MBNR jersey that day. Thank you. And I'm sorry I didn't learn your name. And thank you for tolerating me screaming at nothing for quite some time. We had a very, I wouldn't call it sensual, but a
Oh
very
my.
intimate hug
Okay.
when Hartzog came down
Oh,
with that interception.
Those
Thank
were
you for
apparent.
that.
Yeah, those were apparent. Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
for adding that context. It's very important.
Yeah, after the interception.
Yeah.
It was intimate. I wouldn't call it sensual.
I think that sounds worse.
Does it?
Did you
I don't
whisper
know.
in his ear? Did you say it finally happened?
Oh, I didn't whisper in his ear. I gave him
Oh.
like a really, it was a really gentle kiss on the cheek.
Nice.
Yeah.
When you hugged, you didn't make like a noise like, "Hey."
Oh, I didn't say I didn't do that. I didn't say I didn't.
Yeah. Okay. Stop.
Okay, hey,
Okay.
Back on.
We will. Okay.
This is not a smut show.
hey, okay, listen.
Yeah.
Starting right now,
Yeah.
if whoever's listening has made it this far, we're gonna take our turns talking. We're not talking over each other, and we're gonna get on track here. Whatever that was, and whatever your wheelchair comment was,
Aw.
we're starting over.
Kyle,
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I've learned? Kyle just hates fun.
Well, he's
Fun
a dad.
sucker.
How dare you?
No.
He's a full
No,
dad now.
I'm struggling listening to this. I can't imagine the people that are supposed to be listening to this or we want listening to this.
Kyle, you know,
Kyle is the adult in a room full of children.
That's-
And he just keeps the children, in line.
Kyle,
And I appreciate you.
this is how we know who's the real ones, who's the day ones, who's with us. If you're still watching, then you're an OG. You have our respect right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, Matt Rule comes out this week, and he has a comment, and I'm throwing this over to Austin about close games and how, look, we're going to be playing close games. We should expect it, blah, 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 all that whole thing about close games. Are you making this a big deal, no deal? Some people are kind of, I don't want to say freaking out, but they're like, why are you saying these things? You're speaking it into existence, these close games, Matt. Why? How do you feel about that?
Well, I think, as you guys have said as well on this show, many a time, Matt Rule just doesn't say something just to say something, right? There's always some type of purpose or something behind it. As much preseason hype as we received from Nebraska football, as much as we had heard and were groomed up and told, oh, these guys are going to be real good. Defensive line looks real good. I think the team performed fairly well. All circumstances, unveiled there in week 1. But maybe it was a little eye-opening for the coaching staff to say, we still got a lot of stuff we got to figure out. We still got a lot of things we got to figure out. So if we're going to have to be in close games, we better get ready to be in more close games. And maybe it's not this week. Hopefully it's not this week. Hopefully it's not next week. But September 20th is going to come faster than what a lot of people are expecting to. These 2 weeks are just going to zip on by. And if you're not getting your guys mentally prepared for what is likely going to be nut cutting time again, you better get ready for it, right? So I think he always uses the media, not because he loves the media. He wants to talk through the media. He wants to see, he knows how many of his guys are on Twitter all the time, on Instagram and flipping through. They're looking through, Hail Varsity clips and all that other stuff. And they're reading captions.
NBNR clips.
They see all the Delaware edited clips they're doing and everything. But when they look at those things, he knows he's seen these things and they know that they're going to get back to them. So he wants to make sure that his message is always very clear. And this one is clear. Listen, if we're going to be in close games, you got to play like Malcolm did at the very end. Got to make those plays at the end.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I was having this argument at the end when we got back. I was in Kansas City too, but we stayed in Spring Hill. So we had a healthy 30-minute drive south after that game. We were basically in Oklahoma. By the time we got back, the other guys in the car that we were talking with, they were, doing the classic, oh, I'm upset about this, whatever. It is what it is, right? You won the game. Would you, I posed this question, right? If every game Nebraska played this season ended 20-17, would you be happy at the end of the year?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you go the regular season 12-0, but every game was 20-17 and it wasn't perfect.
Yes.
I mean, come on. What's the argument there? I understand you want people to look a certain way and you want the team to look a certain way. That's what Rule has to say, right?
Yeah.
Because if every game is going to be close and every game ends up 20-17 on one side or the other, you better be ready for it. You got to be ready for it.
Mike, what would you say to the person that might disagree with Austin and say, well, why are you saying this? Because you should just go out and say, kick the other team's ass, beat them by 5 touchdowns. Why don't you just say that instead of, oh, it's going to be close? Oh.
Right. Because I believe that Matt Rule is a realist and he knows that, especially coaching this league now for the 3rd year, is that every game is a fist fight. And Nebraska can't blow teams out because they're not good enough to do that.
Right.
So Matt Rule isn't going to tell you we're going to beat teams by 70 because when he tells you things, he means it. Like, how many times has Matt Rule gone back to the media and be like, I already told you guys this. This happened. Like, for instance, Pritchett having his false start, right? He literally said in his press conference, he's like, I told you that stuff was happening. And guess what? It happened. He did it with Anthony Grant. Like, Matt Rule likes to validate what he says to the media. So when Matt Rule is telling you that he expects games to be 17-16, he actually means it. He is expecting close games, and he's expecting to come on the other side of it and win close games.
Well, and we've seen the other side. A coach by the name of former head coach Scott coming in
Yeah.
first day says the Big Ten's going to have to adjust for us.
Right.
I can only imagine what he was telling his players in the locker room. Like, yeah, man, like you guys are so good, all this other stuff. Like, we're going to blow these teams out of the park. And then you go in and you go 3-9, you go 4-8, whatever it is. And all of a sudden it's like, yeah, well, we've heard the other side. Like, we've heard the overhype. I would rather him telling his team, yeah, it's going to be close every single game, because then there's no shock. You've seen it where the team gets out there and all of a sudden they look like they just got caught with their pants down. Like, holy shit, we thought we were going to blow these guys out of the water. And all of a sudden now they're hanging 20 on us. Hello, UCLA. Like, that's just the way I think it is. It has to be. You have to tell your team it's going to be close. They have to be prepared in case shit goes sideways.
Yeah, and how many times over the past 6 years did we watch Nebraska games where just felt like the other team was like, okay, they're going to make the mistake.
Yep.
We just have to sit here and wait.
Yep.
I mean, I would do it
time.
many times. Minnesota has done it many times.
Yep.
There were so many games that Nebraska's opponent just waited for the Huskers to make the backbreaking mistake instead of allowing Nebraska to, trounce up and down the field and avoid all these big plays, all that sort of stuff. It always came down to Nebraska puking on top of themselves before they could actually figure it out. Now they've cleaned it up. They've got it all figured out, got a fresh shirt on for 2025. Now it's up to them to decide whether or not they're going to continue this streak, right? That's what I think he's kind of putting it on the plate for his players and his team right now.
Yeah. I mean, sweat stains and all that stuff. That's
Yellow.
what the shirt looks like right now.
Yeah.
A lot of sweat stains from week 1, but we didn't puke.
Yeah.
I would say the idea that all of these games are going to be close, I think, is incorrect. We look at the next 2 weeks, like coming into Akron this week. I think as of right now, Vegas has us minus 34.5 is the most recent line I saw. I think we opened minus 35.5, which I'll tell you right now, if you're a betting man, just bet Akron plus. Like, we're not going to win by 5 touchdowns. It's going to be closer than people think, but I think what Matt Rule is instilling, what he has instilled in his first 2 years and now this one, is that mental toughness. We've talked about that time and time again, week and week, every single season. And Hartzog getting that pick at the end of that game shows that these guys, while, I don't believe that Cincy game should have been that close. I feel like a lot of us probably agree with that, that they never gave up. And I think that's what it is. And telling them, like, it's going to be 17-16 every week. I don't care. 35-0, it's still 17-16. You're only up 1. Like, we need to have that mindset that no matter what the score is, you're only up 1 point. Like, we play like that every down, every drive, all the time. But there are going to be games like Michigan worries the shit out of me. And if you're not playing, like, even if you get out to an early lead, you need to always be playing like you're only up 1 single point. And I think that might be kind of part of that, is that no matter where we're at, it's always 17-16. Maybe I'm reading too far into that.
We're talking about mentality, and you brought up the next 2 weeks, Austin. Mm-hmm. Is anybody in this room like super concerned that the next 2 weeks goes 35.5 and then you play Houston Christian and you just fucking dominate them? And all of a sudden you've got maybe 4-0 Michigan coming to Lincoln, and they think that they're just bigger than their britches. Like Nebraska just thinks like, look at how well we perform. We're 3-0. Look at how good everything's been. Mm-hmm. And I know we're going to be talking about in these wins over people that we should blow the doors off of. We're going to be talking about, yeah, the defensive line looks a lot better. Yeah, the wide receivers look a lot better. Yeah, because they should. They should against these teams.
Right.
I'm worried that we're all going to get baited into like, man, look at all the improvement, the growth from week 1 to week 2. It's true, all this other stuff. And really, I said last week, like, they're in a perfect position. They go 1-0, they get 2 cupcake games to get more reps, all this other stuff. But I have this weird concern that like the mentality leading into the Michigan game is going to be one that does not favor Nebraska.
Wouldn't you think, though, that there's partly that I understand like your sentiment, but part of that too is if you instill confidence in your team and they perform out of their ass on Saturdays and just dominate against Akron, Houston Christian, but they're just getting, just the shit kicked out of them during the week, right? During practice. And those 2 weeks, you're just being told repeatedly, you got to win a close game. You're not good enough yet. Doesn't matter what you do on Saturday. And you're told Monday through Friday about how much improvement we need to do. Then by the time you get to a Michigan game, if it's been instilled in you, we're going to play a close game. those past 2 games were close. We're, close by our standards. We got to, further than that gap a little bit more. Then by the time you get to Michigan, if you've been preparing for a close game, you can get there. So maybe it's just Rule planting that seed a little bit early, just trying to get it in there quite early, trying to just say, these next 2 weeks are going to be your worst 2 weeks of practice. We're just going to build and build and build and keep this rolling. And then when we have success on Saturday, we'll roll it into next week. We'll beat your ass all the way through Monday through Friday. Then Saturday, we're going to dominate Houston Christian. And then when we get to Michigan, we're going to play a close game. We're going to try to get out there.
Try to be the 17, not the 16.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I think this 17-16 mindset, and again, maybe I'm misinterpreting it, is you can be the 17 or you can be the 16, but it doesn't matter whether you're down 7, 21, 28, whatever. You're always down 1 point, right? Like you're going to come out there and you got to get those points. You got to play like it is a 1-point game no matter what. I think that can be beneficial. Like, do not ever let yourself get out of this game, whether you're winning or losing.
Just going based off of what Kyle said about, hey, let's just assume these next 2 games, Nebraska is like a big ass truck and rolls over these dudes. Like they should. Right? They should. Okay. And now Kyle has this fear that, complacency maybe, and being satisfied.
Or
now,
just catching yourself with your pants down.
Sure. And
Like you're surprised, like, holy shit, we were just playing so well for 3 weeks and we won the close game and we blew the doors off these other teams. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, now it's like shock and awe again. You know what I mean? That's just that's what I'm worried about.
yeah. And maybe my point is more about the fan base. Like, I don't think these next 2 games, there's nothing that they can do to make fans like happy. I honestly think that these next 2 games, like, it'll only make people mad. Like, it can only be bad because they're going to automatically write it off as it's Arkin. I said it wrong on purpose. It's Arkin and it's Houston Baptist. Who cares? Said both those names wrong. You know what I mean? I just don't think that there's anything that they can do that'll make the fan base happy. It can only make it worse.
I disagree. I think that our fans, if they see us throwing deep balls and they see our defensive line stopping the run, they're going to be like, look at that jump from week 1 to week 2. I think that they're not smart enough to do that.
I disagree.
I think everybody in this room is smart enough to understand that it is just Akron.
Yeah.
But I'm just telling you right now, when Nebraska comes out and they're able to stop the run against Akron, people are going to be like, look, they got the rotation right. And we probably will too. We'll probably be like, look, they finally got the rotation right. They got Judy playing with the right dudes. Like, they're going to do that. We're going to do that. And people are going to eat it up because we're fucking stupid.
I'm going to agree with Mike. I am absolutely wrong. I think I was wrong about the fan base being too smart.
They're not smart enough for this.
Well, so
they will gobble this shit up. They're going to line up at the trough and just...
I
love this.
I want to jump back to Mike. You just said it's just Akron. I want to jump back to it was a different context, but Michael Severe was in the studio just a couple of weeks ago, and he said there is no just. Like, especially in this context, everybody is a competitor. There is no just. We are playing Akron.
Mm-hmm.
We should beat Akron, and that's great. But you talk about, the fan base against Cincinnati was, a little disappointed that they didn't see the deep ball very much. Right. And I will tell you, great. I mean, they were 3 high all game. Dylan Raiola took what the defense gave him, and he did exactly what he should have done. It's not the sexiest thing in the world.
Right.
What Dylan Raiola did was win a goddamn game.
Yep.
So, like, winning doesn't have to be sexy. And like you said, like, a lot of fans want to see the sexy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, and Dana said this week, he's like, like that was the game plan and that's what won the game.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and that was what I was curious when we did Cornhusker counseling. Was it Saturday that we did that?
Yep.
I was just curious, like, what was the game plan? I wanted more clarification from John Butler. Like, I wanted to hear, like, what exactly was the game plan?
Why is it with their spy?
Talking
anywhere?
about, like, why does he run for almost 100 yards? Like, what was the goal? What was the plan? You guys shut down the pass, sure, but then you also gave up a bunch of rushing yards. So I just wanted to know, like, was there a purpose in just shutting down the pass and letting him play high school football, like he mentioned, is what it was like? I just wanted to know the plan. And Dana gave us that, and I wish John Butler would have too.
Well, so I was thinking about that quite a bit because when driving back from Kansas City, I had a Saturday wedding. Brutal.
The worst people schedule their weddings in the fall. I will say though, the Husker game wasn't that day, so
Yeah, it wasn't.
hey,
So-
at
Wait,
least
hold
they were
on.
looking out
totally
for you.
fun. Yeah.
Were you one of the guys in the pew, just like with the games on your phone?
Oh yeah. No, I didn't even go into the ceremony. I just
Nice.
sat down. I
Yeah.
was like, this is Dr. Girlfriend's friend. I'll just sit back here. I don't need to worry about it. Small wedding. I did get called out later, so that was
you
a
did.
bad mistake. But
Worth it?
But I was yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
I watched
Who
Lee
cares?
Corso's final hit.
Did you
come on.
see
Yeah.
Austin's video of you only get 12 of these a week?
Come on,
That was
you get 12 Saturdays.
a year.
What
It's
are
the
we
most
talking about?
inspirational thing I watched.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes.
But to your point, I was thinking about that, and this is obviously not the right time to bring up Bill Belichick, but notably, Bill Belichick, defensive coordinator for the New York Football Giants, back in some early Super Bowls. One of their game plans to win a Super Bowl against one of the best offenses in NFL history. With we got the Four Horsemen of Buffalo, the Four Falls Buffalo, with Jim Kelly and Thurman Thomas, all those guys. They were going to make Thurman Thomas run the football and slow down the game, make sure that the game did not go as long as it could. Right? They were going to make sure the game was as short as possible. I don't know what the game plan was for Cincinnati. I don't know. I'm not John Butler. I like the media. It doesn't seem like that guy does. But on that opposite side, maybe there were no adjustments because that was the adjustment. Maybe part of the reason was because, listen, if Sorsby kills us with his legs, if he gets an 80-yard run, we're going to have to adjust. But unless he's absolutely nickeling and diming us and he's scrambling for 80 yards, we're going to take every single time we're going to force him to run at the gaps that we give him, and we're showing him. I don't know if that was the case or not. I'm not super film junkie. I don't go back and I watch all that stuff. But being at the game, I was on a very strict sideline. I was right below Taylor Swift's box, which, let me be clear,
Hey.
great box. Great box.
He's not talking about this seat either.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just wanted to clarify that.
Anyway,
Travis Kelce would agree with you.
thank you.
Great
But
box.
there was many times, especially on that last drive, that you could tell, and a 2-minute drill is a little bit different, but you
Yeah.
could tell that they were like, Sorsby's going to run. Let him run. They don't have any timeouts. They're going to figure this out. And if you look at the number of plays that Nebraska's offense had comparative to Cincinnati's offense, yeah, I would say that their offensive defensive game plans kind of matched up because Nebraska controlled the flow of that game entirely. Cincinnati definitely took advantage of the opportunities that they had. But did you notice that Cincinnati didn't have multiple drives in the fourth quarter to go down and take a lead? Because Nebraska whittled the clock away and continued to hold on to the ball, and they forced Cincinnati to take what was in front of them.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, that was the big thing when I started asking those questions, because that was what everybody's blowing up about the spy. Everybody's blowing up, where's the QB spy all game, all this other stuff. And I'm like, I mean, if the game plan is really just to make him earn it, it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was the only one earning it. He literally was the only one, besides like the big runs by the running backs. That kid from Wisconsin was gashing us up pretty good.
Dude,
But
everybody gashed us though.
Yeah, that's what. But I'm just saying, like, if your goal was to make them totally one-dimensional and take away at least one aspect of the game, and it was working for you, I mean, that's then it was a job well done. Then, like, I don't know if you wanted him to just come out there and like you said, just run all over the field and make him earn it by himself, then that's exactly what they did, and it worked.
There are a lot of different ways to win a game, right? But there's no perfect way that every single level of your defense is likely going to take away every single skill position on offense. This was one way to neutralize a lot of receivers, which I don't think Cincinnati had the most talented receivers of all time. I was hoping that we would see the defensive line take advantage of an inexperienced Cincinnati offensive line. But again, maybe that wasn't the case. It either is going to be one of two things, right, this week, that their whole game plan was, man, we didn't show up the way we needed to. We have a lot of deficiencies in places we thought were advantages, or maybe it's a couple of pat on the backs when they got back for that early Friday morning. They said, what we had planned for is exactly what we did. And the only way you'll know is if you're inside those walls. That's the only way you'll know.
I feel like it's the other way. I think I don't think that
I don't
defense
disagree.
is satisfied with. I mean, they average over 7 yards a carry.
Yeah.
Like before the long Sorsby run. So I don't know. And I rewatched the game finally. So like I haven't had the time to rewatch it. And usually when I attend the game, I like to rewatch it on TV just to see things that you miss when you're actually in the stadium. I felt really good leaving the stadium. Like, hey, we finally got and I still feel that way. Like we got the close win.
Right.
But rewatching the game today, our D-line got pushed around like
They
ragdolls.
look tiny.
Yeah.
Yep.
They
look
look
small.
tiny.
They do.
There were a couple of times too. I felt like, I mean, Donovan Jones, that guy is just an animal at tackling guys in open space. We had a couple of opportunities when you see just like linebackers, and this was like a DB film breakdown too. He was really going after it. I mean, guys' heads are on the wrong side. They're over pursuing. They're not even on the right track angle. They're not even looking where the ball is going.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff. But I think you can agree with this, even if you rewatched it. It's all fixable, right? We're not watching a team like I left the stadium thinking that I was like, they won a game, and it's like Rule's perfect dream that they won by 3. They made the play at the end, and he can go in and rip ass on Monday and just be like, listen, we're terrible. We still have so much to work on.
Yeah, I do like that part. Even like special teams, he was able to rip special teams, even though that was probably the reason we won the game.
Right.
Was just pinning them deep constantly and making just competent plays on special teams.
6 points, 6 Eckler points.
Yes.
That turned out to be pretty big.
Yeah.
There's a big concern for me when it came from the press conference and listening to John Butler. He said something to the effect of like, yeah, I think people just kind of got too caught up in the fits and the scheme. And then it got me thinking like when God, why can't I think of his name now?
Tony White.
No, well, before Tony White, who was it? He was only the coordinator for a year.
He had Banker.
You're talking about Satterfield, are you?
No.
Oh, Jesus.
Defensive coordinator?
Defensive coordinator, yeah.
Under
Mickey Joseph.
Oh.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Well, it was Bill Bush.
Oh, yeah.
Bill Bush.
Yeah.
That's who it is. Okay, I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Special teams
I blew that. Yeah. When he took over, it was because, we're just going to dumb it down and we're just going to go and we're just going to make it super simple. And then we saw a huge increase in defense. The only thing that concerns me just from listening to the comments is I hope we're not like trying to scheme this thing up too much. He even said it himself. He's like, all it is just go. Just get off the ball and just go. Get off your blocks and just play defense. Like, I just hope that we're not like making this like super complicated and doing a bunch of schemes, and because we've seen how that goes as well.
Sure.
So
the last thing we need, guys, is for this team to get in their own heads and start overthinking things. Now, just talking about the D-line, right? Dude, like who we talk about Williams Nwaneri. He had a pretty good game.
I think he looked pretty good.
But who else?
Like Keanu Davis made a play or two.
But how about
RVP?
I'll tell you what.
We'll go.
Williams Nwaneri. There were some times I was watching that game and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, you can see it.
You were. I was watching him. Everyone else looked like they were in college, and he looked like he was about ready to suit up for the team at Arrowhead. I mean, he was a beast at times.
Now the guys in the middle, right? Elijah Judy. Silence. Yeah, I thought.
Dude, there was one play he was getting blocked 12 yards down the field.
Yeah, that was the first quarter too.
Yeah. I rewatched. I never saw that. That's the type of stuff that you miss, and you're like, huh?
Well, listen.
Listen, the PFF grades for Judy. He had like some 30 snaps or something, and he was not involved in a single play.
Yeah.
Like when they look at tackles, pressures, sacks, all this stuff, he was not involved in. He was 0 out of 30 something.
Hey, Nash and Ty, bye. Might be a problem. And then what?
Might
will be a problem. And Mike, you said RVP, single digit guy. Again, silence. You know what I mean? It's got to be better.
Yes.
And I hate to extrapolate one game to every other game because we talked on counseling last week. Every game is its own thing.
I agree.
Microcosm.
We might be sitting here in 3 weeks going, oh my God, they held Michigan to 2 yards per carry. My God, how did they do it? But I see how the D-line played against Cincinnati, a Big 12 team. I guess we call them finesse. I don't know. Is that kind of an insult?
Honestly, though, their offensive line, I did go look at that after the game. Their offensive line is built like a Big Ten line. They are all 300 plus pounds.
I guess.
Yeah, listen, when they
big.
Yeah, when they came out of the locker room, I had thought to myself, because you heard the hype of the defensive line the entire preseason, and watching that offensive line for Cincinnati start to warm up. I know you got there a minute. I was there for like 15.
Look at you.
But yeah, we know.
You guys were late.
Yeah, no kidding. But that Cincinnati offensive line trotted out, and you immediately took notice. You're like, that does not look like a Big 12 team that I had thought that they were going to be.
I thought they were going to be small. Like I was expecting linemen like in the 280s.
Yeah.
and they were all over 300 pounds. And like you could say it's bad weight, but I thought that they were going to be small. I thought they would look like Big 12 linemen, and they looked more like Big 10 linemen than they did Big 12 linemen.
Well, that just jumps straight to Rule's point about in 2025 college football is that school has $20.5 million that they can pay their players every year.
100%.
I mean, like the days of, like you said, like, oh, Cincinnati, they shouldn't have the players that we have. But in all reality, they kind of do, not to the level, if you look at the rankings and all that other stuff, it's not the same. But they're still D1 athletes. They're still D1 football players. No longer are the days that you just have a bunch of scrubs because you can't afford compared to everybody else. No, they have $20.5 million just like everybody else.
Yeah. And I don't know. You guys see, I'm sure, at least you three, Austin, you might not. My, shit posting and Twitter replies. But I legitimately have gone in on like the AP poll came out today. Nebraska at 35 with 13 votes. Which I feel is fair. But I saw a lot of, replies talking about how Nebraska beat a bottom 3 Big 12 team. And I don't buy that. I think Cincinnati, well, they're not going to win the Big 12. They are not going to be a bottom 3 team. This is like, I think a very big test week 1. Obviously, I think a lot of us would have preferred to have a little bit larger of a win margin. But this Cincinnati team, like especially that offensive line, dude, like they're no fucking joke. We talk about the size, and granted, the lack of size in our D line, we look like children compared to other Big Ten teams. But Jesus Christ, this Cincy team is a lot more talented and a lot larger than a lot of people think they are.
I don't think
just feel like
I can't give Cincy their flowers that they're going to be good because remember Northwestern beat us. And then they didn't win a game the rest of the year. So I think week 1, week 0, that time frame,
Mike, that was under, I believe, a former head coach. We don't need to do it, but like that.
No, I don't disagree with
leadership.
That. It's different leadership, but I'm just saying, like week 1s and week 0s, it's just like Jared said. It's kind of its own thing. Like it's sloppy tackling, it's turnovers, it's sloppy football. So just because Cincinnati looked good, I think Nebraska just looks sloppy. Like I think it's a little bit of both,
but. Again,
I do think there's factors of that game that in week 1, sloppiness left a couple touchdowns off the field.
Yes, sure.
Had this been week 6, where maybe Pritchett doesn't false start on the 1 yard line, or maybe maybe we don't get tackled at a certain spot and it's a touchdown. Like I feel like there were a couple times when on Thursday, like we could have beat them by 2 or 3 scores.
Yes.
We could have, but week 1. Jitters, the week 1 sloppiness of your first game played, the pucker factor. Yep.
There it is.
Like that stuff will happen. And I mean, UCLA last year boat raced us, right? And I'll say boat race. The score won't tell you that, but I will tell you they boat raced us. And they get blown or they get beat by a nobody.
They got
week
their
1
ass kicked by Utah.
Yes.
So
like it's the same thing. Northwestern, they get beat week 1. Like those are all teams that we've struggled with, and week 1 they're sitting at home saying, "Hey, we're 0-1." And Nebraska can finally say, "Yeah, we went up against a Power 4 team in week 1, regardless of how sloppy it was. We're still 1-0."
Big facts.
I think the biggest win here was game management looked a lot better, both from Rule and Raiola. I think
one exception. That timeout at 4th and 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go around. Let's talk about that. Like,
my God,
go into that.
There have been too many times in the Matt Rule tenure so far where he has let the opposing team off the hook with a timeout that screwed Nebraska's momentum, changed the shift of energy inside of a stadium, or completely allowed the other team to correct their own mistake. Now, the people around me were trying to convince me that it was because there were 10 guys on the field for Nebraska. If that was the case, that's fine.
No, there wasn't. Definitely
but
not.
Mike said, you were there. You were there.
No.
That stadium was the loudest I had heard it. It finally, when they were putting 142.7 up on those little sideway banners the entire game, I finally fucking heard it for the first time. But like that 4th and 7, the energy's channeled your right way. Cincinnati was on the fritz. They're moving all over it, and we call it timeout and bail them out. I couldn't have been more upset. I screamed inside of the ear of a child to my right, and they didn't need to hear that. But
did you know the child?
No, they recognized me though, which was kind of it is what it is. But it was just I was just so disappointed. And I'm sure it's one of those, well, you got to make sure the team's right, make sure their defense is set.
Yeah.
What happened then the very next play?
Right.
They convert for a first down.
Weird.
And that's exactly when I was like, this is another chance that we saw Nebraska slip a game through their fingers because they bailed out a team one more time. Thank God.
That had no timeouts, right?
Yes.
Like they could not get set.
They were looking at the sideline, and they didn't even have 3 receivers to the side that they wanted to get them to.
100%. They were scrambling like crazy, and then Matt Rule doubled down the next day at the Bud Crawford send-off.
Insane.
He doubled down and brought up that he called timeout, and he wanted to talk to the guys about the moment and this and that, and then doubled down in his press conference. Matt Rule has not been good at managing a game. Timeouts, clock management, etc. And this is a prime example.
He did it in the first half, too. Nebraska was getting down the field, and they called a timeout. It stalled their own momentum, and they had to, I think, settle for a field goal in that position, too. But that 4th and 7 will live with me forever. In a game that they won and clutched up at the end, I will never forget where I was in that moment because the collective, oh, my God, balls going into stomachs in that moment in the stadium was completely insane.
Yeah.
Well, there's one that he's bailed out. There's one that he got bailed out on, and that was the fumble by
Yeah.
Shavers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because the play right before that, the runner is clearly short.
Yep.
And for whatever reason, the refs, and he's standing right there. He's standing right next to the ref. And he's even looking at it like, I don't think, and they just hurried up and they went. There has to be somebody that is watching up top that can say, hey, man, like, stop. Like, challenge it, do whatever you got to do, stop the play, because he got bailed out big time. More people would be talking about that if they somehow went down the field and scored with 2 minutes, whatever, right before the half.
Well, and it's shocking that he didn't call timeout there because Matt Rule loves a timeout. He loves a timeout. It's like his favorite thing.
It's crazy.
I'm just glad that we were going up against probably an even worse game manager.
Yeah.
Scott Satterfield.
Scott Satterfield.
He shat the fields.
He shat the field like his cousin Marcus.
They're not
I know. But like I said it during counseling, that dude he's just not a good coach.
Terrible.
And you saw it multiple times during that game. Went away from their strength multiple times. Anyway, I'm just glad we went up against an even worse game manager that night.
So Matt Rule talking about, we called that timeout to talk about, the weight of that moment. Do you know the appropriate time to talk about the weight of a moment?
After
Once you've
them.
fucking done it.
Yeah.
Once you've done it.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to put it's week 1. It's a close game. And you're going to be like, hey, no pressure.
Hey,
But if you fuck this up, we are so done. Like,
I'm going to get fired.
what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, had he considered the 9 out of 10 pucker factor on KB's pucker factor scale, he would have known, don't put any extra pressure on that 4th and 7 with the game on the line.
Dude, I must be going to spam because I've been forwarding that to them daily.
Yeah.
Like, hey, here's the pucker factor. Like, what are you doing, man?
Okay, so unless you have like some other super important thing to talk about for this game, I wanted to talk about the biggest losers and biggest winners of the Big Ten,
Okay.
if we can.
Sure.
I just want to start with the biggest loser, and that is UCLA.
Oh, wow. That's not where I was going to go.
No, I think UCLA is down so bad. They brought in like 30,000 fans. It was an opener. They've got this brand new shiny quarterback that wanted $4.5 million or whatever it is. He goes out, shits the bed. They lose the game by a ton. I think they're down. Like they're down so bad. I just can't get enough of watching UCLA struggle, especially after last year.
Who'd they have week 1? I know
Utah.
they lost. Utah.
Devin
Well,
Dampier's
okay.
a dude.
So here's the other thing is Utah has for several years been a sneaky good team.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's not
Kyle Whittingham is a Hall of Fame coach.
He's fantastic.
on its face, that's not a bad loss, but like looking at the score, yeah, and especially like you said, Kyle, like bringing in Nico, and I
just
know
thought
I'm pronouncing it wrong, but I am Oliva.
I just saw how they.
I'm out of here.
I just saw how they performed last year. Like near the end of the year, they had
So dope.
forward progress,
Right.
and then they get this all-star quarterback that thinks he's worth $4 million, and then plays at Tennessee or whatever. They have a good year, and then they just have this huge buildup, and the fans are really excited, all 30,000 of them, and then they gets here and they just get killed first week.
Kyle, not just that, but played like shit.
Yes,
played
that's
like
what I'm saying.
shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's all part. It's like this huge thing that just kind of built up, and then they just blew it.
Who's your big loser, Austin? Is there any?
It's got to. I mean, to me, it's Northwestern.
Okay.
Right.
You go down to Tulane
Yeah.
and then get called out afterward for not supporting Hurricane Katrina victims. That's
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Tulane.
Tulane was going to wear these uniforms that it was like the
all whites.
20th anniversary or something like that.
Yeah,
so they
20
were,
years.
Yeah, so they were going to wear something to like honor the victims and everything. Now, allegedly, Tulane made the call like as Northwestern's like facilities were like driving down, and like their coach was like, well, how am I supposed to get those uniforms off of the truck and whatever? So
Yeah.
that's why allegedly that's why they said no. But it's also been a Tulane home game for like, I don't know, years. So they probably could have made this choice a long time ago. And Northwestern just said no. So
They had
Yeah.
20 years of Katrina to make up their mind.
And so, if I remember correctly,
Jesus
Northwestern wasn't wearing all whites in that game.
No.
Am I? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, what reason was there?
purple's a good color, man. This
yeah.
love purple.
I thought that was odd.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, Northwestern's a seller too. I mean, that's the other part. Like
Yeah,
they were one of the worst teams out there. Like Purdue was also going to receive a lot of those votes. UCLA, I was actually a little higher on UCLA. If I was a UCLA fan, I'd feel pretty bad about myself waking up.
That's what I'm saying. Like Northwestern, I had zero expectations.
Yeah.
Who knows? You got Braun at head coach. Like
Right.
he won coach of the year because he did well. And
Yeah.
then they just haven't done much since.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I had zero expectations for Northwestern, but when it came to UCLA, I was like, wow, they got a lot of stuff and everybody's really excited. And then they lose week 1 with 35,000 people in their stands. And it's just like, yeah, it's so bad.
Well, and to be fair too, if you're looking at the two teams we've mentioned, and you're a Husker fan, you're saying, if one of these teams is going to be real bad when Nebraska plays them, you want it to be UCLA.
100%.
Yeah.
You want UCLA to be as far down into the cellar as possible because
Yes.
Northwestern's going to come in bad already. Doesn't really matter what their record is. They're going to have to play at home. If UCLA is already checked out of their season by the time Nebraska's got to go out there to California, that you have to feel much better about that than wherever they would be. If they were in the same spot that they were last year when they came to Lincoln,
Yeah.
I'd rather have them be all the way down than at any point in the middle.
Okay, you guys forgot one that I think is just so great.
Oh, yeah.
Iowa. Mark Gronowski.
Elite.
I understand.
Jesus
I know what you're
Christ.
going to say, but
How
I'm
many
just
fucking
saying.
times we need to talk about this?
Right, I'm just saying. So Iowa struggled against Albany for a long time.
Where is Albany, Mike?
not a long
Doesn't
time.
matter.
Not a
Albany. It's
long
New
time.
York.
Why does it matter?
North.
New York.
Oh, New York.
Albany, New York.
Oh, okay.
Why
That
does
makes
it-
Capital of New York, sir.
sense. New York? I'm just saying. So
North.
I don't north.
You are
I thought you
correct.
said north. So
You are correct.
No, I can't
do this shit anymore.
Funny. I just thought it was funny
I can't.
because Mark Gronowski was getting hyped for his 3-yard out highlight, and then we watch him just low light after low light after low light, ball at feet. Just it looks like Iowa football, and they'll still beat us. But I just thought it was hilarious because they finally hyped him as the best quarterback they've had since fucking what's
Who
his name?
knows?
Yeah.
CJ Beathard.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Mike. He is the best quarterback they've had in a while.
He's their best linebacker quarterback of this year.
That's a great way. He does look like when an 8-man team loses their starting quarterback because he dislocated his shoulder at prom or whatever. Like the linebacker goes in there, just like put your head down and run. He looks exactly the same as that guy.
Didn't they beat like Sodak like a few years ago, like 6-2 or something?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
They won.
Why they want? We have to stop talking about Iowa until
So-
we actually beat them.
so-
But
we
that's
need
the
to
thing.
stop.
It's the Iowa conundrum, right? Because it's Nebraska not looking good enough in a 20-17 win.
Right.
Iowa wins all their games 20-17, and their fans just go, "Oh, well, another one.
We won.
You know, whatever."
Yeah.
Dub.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
on the reverse side of this, we're talking about the biggest losers in the Big Ten. I want to talk about the biggest winner.
Go on.
in the
Ryan
Big
Day's
Ten.
nipple.
It's Purdue, right?
Oh.
Like they look like they have a football
I
team.
guess not as nipple.
I didn't know that Purdue had a football. Like we went there. We watched a game together.
Was that
at
fun?
Purdue.
Okay, before we get too deep, Purdue's not a winner. Stop.
They suck.
Like even I don't care if they won like a million, if they scored the most points of all
No.
time.
No,
They're
but
not good.
again,
they just
So-
they just
They're not good.
but so hold on. We're talking about this relatively.
Sure,
Where
sure.
UCLA, we don't consider Northwestern to be the biggest loser because we expect them to be very low, right? Like we
Yeah.
expect failure out of Northwestern. I expect failure out of Purdue.
They
But
played
they-
nobody.
I don't even know who they played.
Iowa played the University of Albany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like,
Michigan struggled with whoever the fuck they
Who
played.
did Purdue play?
Who did Purdue play? Who did Purdue
I don't
play?
even know. I literally,
Can you tell us?
I literally don't know who they play.
No.
Okay.
But they
The
do.
biggest winner. They have no clue who they play.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll give $100 to anybody in this room right now that can tell me. I believe Purdue put up 33 or 35
I
points.
don't know.
When was the last time a
don't
Purdue football team did that, even against a dog shit team?
Against us?
What channel could that
Did
game
against
have
us?
possibly
No, they
been
didn't
on?
do that against
They
us.
didn't. Not
They-
with not
no,
the
they
Trey
didn't.
Palmer game.
No, they did not put up.
I think they
35
scored
points.
45.
I feel like it was 55 to 45 or something like that. Something shitty
Oh,
like that.
I thought we were talking about last year. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no.
Oh,
No, last year they put 42 on Illinois.
Did they against Illinois
yeah,
last year?
Yeah, they lost by like 7.
see the fact that
Wow.
you know that. Like,
Yeah, you're a sicko.
Oh yeah, they,
Yeah.
I love my Boilermakers, man.
they played Ball State. The
Ball
final
State.
score
Ball
was
State.
31-0.
Ball State's a
31, I mean-
very reasonable program.
hey, they almost beat
not a
us in
horrible
2005.
one.
They put
Power.
up 49 against Illinois and lost 49 to 50.
Yeah, see? Told you.
I don't know. I just think like Purdue's program has been in the fucking pits.
Yeah, it's
for
true.
years.
It's true.
And like to come out 31 with a shutout.
Mhm.
Like I think well, not the best team in the Big Ten by any means.
Jesus, no,
a stretch.
no.
I'm
Is
saying
this
not.
the most Purdue
I
has just been
said
brought up
not.
on the show
Yeah,
ever?
that's about
Probably.
it.
That's got to be the Purdue minute. Like,
it's
The
been-
only time I want to talk about Purdue is if Nebraska plays them. I
That's it.
never want to hear Purdue
Okay,
mentioned
so hold
ever
on.
again.
Who's your biggest winner in the Big Ten?
Probably
Ohio
Ohio
State.
State.
I don't know.
They
Probably the
beat
number
Texas.
one team in the country.
Ohio State for sure.
Well,
Yeah.
you know. Horns down, by the way. We're all horns down here.
Every time that camera panned around Arrowhead, I just tried to throw that
Well,
as much as
so
I could.
when Kyle asked the question, who's the biggest winner, who's the biggest loser? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna really know shit. I know the Ohio State game happened, but other than that, I'm Nebraska through and through. I just don't really care about everybody else.
It is
you know?
funny now though, like seeing all the clips of Arch Manning like playing sixth graders and like running around, and like he's got defensive linemen chasing him, and he is literally like toe tapping. He's just like shuffling away from him.
And so are the linemen. They're toe tapping too.
Yeah, it is funny now, but I mean they only lost by 7 points
Yeah.
to
Right.
Ohio State. So
Yeah.
winning, but
Well, and everybody talking shit on Manning. It's like I get it, and yeah, there's some nepo baby shit going on, but I'm also not, dude. You're playing in the horseshoe,
Well,
like your first like significant start. Isn't his first start?
No, it's his
Uh,
third start.
Well,
Okay.
yeah. Start
Like-
to the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not writing that. I'm not just like, oh shit. Like I'm not there yet.
He
but
did play.
Well,
like
hold
shit.
on.
Sure.
Did you look at so I saw a breakdown of how like the throwing motion on most of his passes, like almost 70% of his passes are like this weird low sidearm thing, which is how he threw in high school. But again, he played 2A in Texas, which obviously is a lot better than what I played. I didn't. But like
Nice.
when you're getting into D1 and you're at the number one like preseason ranked school, that's not gonna work, dude. Like while I do firmly believe, and I'll stand by it till the day I die, the Big Ten is better than the SEC. But like if you're gonna try and play for a national championship, that throwing motion is not gonna work. I do believe that the Manning name has given him a little bit more credit
Sure.
than he has deserved. There's a lot of work to be done there. I believe he can be a very, very good quarterback. I don't think he's going to be this generational talent that people have said he'll be.
he's
That
not
is
Quinn Ewers. But
Dude,
this is not a
honestly,
Texas pod. What the fuck are we doing?
What are we
Right.
doing?
Yeah,
Hey, it was your
still horns
segment,
down.
Kyle. It's your segment.
No, I know, but I think Ohio
I know.
State biggest winner. I think UCLA biggest loser.
Okay. Akron, 6:30 kickoff under the lights of Memorial Stadium. Let's go around the room. Let's give scoring predictions. Any other one-off predictions you might have for the game? Kyle, we'll start with you.
No, don't start
You
with
look
Kyle.
like the most prepared.
Oh, you can start with me. I already got it.
Connor, there you go.
Connie.
I hate to be the first one because I know it's the right one.
Why did you go first then?
Because I love it. It's going to be Nebraska 42, Akron 6.
2 field goals.
Wait, so they cover the spread? You said that they wouldn't?
No, I said that. Well, no, 35 and a half. That's not covering.
Oh,
thought
I
it was
thought you said,
34.
No, that is.
you
That's
said
36.
34 and a half.
34. Yeah. Well, fuck. Whatever. 42 to 6. Fuck it.
Either way,
Nebraska, book it 42 to 6.
42 to 6.
I'm just saying 34 and a half is like, that's quite a spread.
It is.
Like, that's,
but then,
that's a
you
ballsy
said
number.
they would do it.
Yeah, I operate mostly on vibes.
On vibes.
I got Nebraska winning the game 35-7, and they do not cover.
A lot has been made about Akron being shut out. 10-0. Akron will not get shut out. People, relax.
Well, they're playing Nebraska, so they'll be fine.
They'll find a way to score some points, okay? I'm saying Nebraska 41, Akron 13.
Roll pokes, by the way. 38-10 Nebraska. It's going to be a slower game than people like. You're probably not going to get the big plays that everyone's wanting to see. I think Nebraska's just going to take what they get. And also, special teams touchdown.
Oh,
Okay. I can dig it.
I've got 34-10 Nebraska. I'm trying to think of like a weird prediction. I don't have one.
How about a Makai Nelson touchdown? How about that? That'd be weird. That'd be really weird.
Go Vince Genatone. Go way down the depth chart.
Give me.
Yeah.
Do we see Carter Nelson get in the end zone?
Hey.
Listen, the whole Carter Nelson thing. What exactly?
Well, we didn't talk about it.
No, I know.
It was on the list.
Listen, I know. I'm sorry. I really am. But like all of the concerns about players playing like 8-man football and then transitioning to D1, we've talked about it a little bit on the show. I am just, when is he gonna show up? I know he was injured.
Right.
But what exactly, everybody's like Carter Nelson, and I'm like, are the coaches doing the same thing? They are. Like Dana is like, yeah, we got to get Carter Nelson going. Yeah, you do. Because that's been the hype ever since he committed. Is he's this big wide receiver, tight end thing.
So yeah, God dang, well, I don't know how much longer you want to make this, but when Rule said that Carter's gonna have to step up after Janiron's injury, I'm like,
That guy?
well, hold on. What role? What was Janiron?
He was a slot receiver.
What did Janiron? What was his thing? Like, what was his role?
Single digit.
He's the
Tough guy.
He's a single
Tough
digit.
guy.
He's the running back on one play. The next, he's not a running back.
He's the guy that fumbled it towards ACL. Like that was his role.
Shit.
Hey, that's a tough hang.
The fumble went out of bounds. It didn't really happen.
If you tear your ACL, at least hold the fucking ball.
Not sure.
Hey,
Is that how we want to go out?
I don't know. That's not the way I would want to go out if I tore my ACL. I'm just saying.
I mean, listen. This is coming from the same guy that's been bitching for 6 days about a burn on his hand.
Yeah, bad, though. I'm not gonna lie.
He makes a mean hot dog, though.
No, it
It was worth it.
It was a burger.
Oh, okay.
Here's my hot take. Williams Benary will have a sack.
Nice.
I would hope.
When Harry gets sacks.
You know what would be a hotter take is Elijah Judy gets a sack. That's a hot take.
Whose PFF grade goes up the most? Elijah Judy, right? He's got nowhere to go but up.
God. Elijah Pritchett's PFF will go up. Yeah, that's my hot take. They get on the one. There's no false start.
I bet Watson Trent. I bet his goes up quite a bit too.
Yeah.
I'd hope so.
God damn.
I don't know. PFF grade, I'm sure, is one thing, but when I saw Heinrich Harburg had the highest run grade, I saw many times that he was getting just like thrown around, and then he would pop back up and just
Listen. There was a time I texted the group chat, and this sounds really bad. But there's that like GIF or that video that goes around. It's like this TikTok, and it's that kid that gets to play football while he's also
What the
blind.
fuck is going on?
And they show the clip of him, and he's literally like
Flailing around.
Yes.
And
Yep.
so, I mean, seriously though, that there were times where he would come around the end, and he's literally just looking for somebody to. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Carney's finest. I love you. I love Carney.
Sure.
Shout out Heinrich. But yeah, that when I saw that he was the highest graded run blocker, there were so many times he was getting tossed to the side that I guess if that was your assignment, brother, like just get in the way, just be a part of the action.
Do your job.
PFF. We love PFF here, don't we?
Big PFF guys now.
We subscribe to PFF.
We just paid him $100, so
And-
we're gonna use it.
We'll keep posting that shit, and hey, that generates conversation.
It does.
That's right. Trough material. Okay, so we did our scoring predictions.
Speaking of trough,
Okay.
you a urinal or trough guy?
Oh my God. When that South Stadium goes down, I'm buying a trough and I'm putting it in my basement.
My dog.
Dude. I'm taking the trough home.
What a guy.
Absolutely.
Love me
What
the
a
trough.
guy.
You're gonna Put
I
that
might
in your
baptize
house.
my kids in the trough. I'm not gonna lie.
I have
It's ridiculous.
I have a trough in my house right now. My wife calls it the shower, but
Stupid.
you can use it as both.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Quick math. I know you're good at math.
No.
How much piss do you think has been on the like a single trough in South Stadium?
Oh, in South Stadium, last I heard was like 1.8 million gallons.
You heard that?
Yeah.
Just
Did Troy Dannon
No,
say
I
that?
check in. I check in every other month.
He's underneath the trough, and he's got his.
There's a flow meter. Did you not know that?
no in the trough?
Yeah.
No way.
So
No, that's not real.
Okay.
Why would you believe anything I have to
I
say?
don't know. I've been in South Stadium as much as I need to be.
Yeah.
I need to get back out there.
What,
It's where the people are. The South Stadium's like church. That's
It is.
where everyone just goes out there. Yeah.
That's where my season tickets used to be. And then I heard that it was getting tore down. So
Thanks,
I moved
Trev.
to North. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I moved to North End Zone. And now I have urinals. And it sucks.
Yeah.
You can't get as many people in
Oh
there.
man, I have to be civilized.
There's something.
Oh, no.
about,
Oh no,
like-
I can't be a pervert anymore.
Right? I can't.
I know.
It's
this
not
is
perverted.
I know this is obviously like you don't talk about this era as much as you want to, but the best win of the Scott era was that 9-6 Michigan State
For
game.
sure.
Yeah.
Huddling in the troughs for warmth
my
and that
boys.
9-6 contest.
Yeah.
I've never wanted to be shoulder to shoulder with men with their, pieces out. It was the best. That was
Yeah, no,
an incredible memory.
You guys are forgetting a little part of this where you just want to be next to a bunch of grown men with their pieces out, as
Yeah.
you say. There's also children.
There is also
That's what-
children.
That's what just I don't understand the trough boys. I don't understand
Hey,
them.
trust me,
I walk
Kyle.
into that bathroom and there's fucking 6 or 7 year olds all lined up along the trough. I'm like, well, where do I go now? I can't go there.
Yeah.
No, because then you're the asshole. You're the pervert if you go there.
That's what I'm saying.
I think you're overthinking it.
You walk out.
Everybody, in a
Everybody's
few
gotta-
moments, you cannot be an alpha in a bathroom. You just gotta wait. You gotta
It's
wait for
fine.
space.
Kyle, when it's 5 degrees out, we all look the same. We all look the same.
Everybody has a job here.
It's
to
cold.
It's to get your urine into that trough and back into the stadium immediately.
Exactly.
So everybody has a job. Don't look down and just do your job.
But the
When
kids are looking. The kids are looking, and they're like,
not looking
"What?"
up.
When those troughs come back, and if you ever have me back on here, I want my seat to be a trough. I will sit in a trough for
Crazy.
however long.
Crazy.
That is,
Hell yeah.
that is what I want.
You don't mean that.
Bury me in
You
a trough.
don't mean
Bury
that.
me in a trough.
And Jared needs walls because they don't want him to see his little red rocket.
That's right. Listen, I don't want
Are
to
you-
scar a little kid
Let
seeing
me
my
get-
red rocket.
Are you a sit down at Memorial Stadium kind
Oh,
of guy?
definitely.
That's what you are.
Yeah, he sits down while he pees. for
His
sure.
legs
Fuck
don't
you.
touch, so they swing.
I bet he wipes front to back too.
No, they touch. No. I'm on. I do the tippy toe thing. I'm on my tippy toes, man.
Wait, you wipe front to back though, right?
Jesus. You mean to tell me you're not going to
Listen,
get
dude.
just rocked up for South Stadium troughs Saturday night,
I'm
6:30? A nighttime trough piss.
Can't wait.
That doesn't get my gourd, I guess.
After I have
I'm
30
the
beers.
weirdo.
Yep.
30
Yep.
beers in the parking lot
Well,
before the game.
I can't leave the game. Thanks, Troy. I guess
Yeah.
I'll just go to the South Stadium troughs. That's where I'm headed.
Yeah.
I sit North End Zone. I still use the South End Zone troughs.
I'm going to start taping beers.
all the way around, baby.
I'm taping beers under the troughs, and I'm ripping those things while I go.
Let me get something straight here. So at the beginning of this episode, Kyle's chiding us for fucking just talking, right?
Yeah.
What about now, Kyle? What about now? Where are we at now?
Listen, this just exposes everybody in the room as a bunch of perverts and pedophiles.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I saw the-
Pervert, yes, but you don't denigrate me and call me the other one.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say you don't denigrate Epstein,
Bro, I've got to go to a softball game tomorrow. Like, you can't say that. Come on now.
Pervert's fine. The other
Too
one,
far,
no.
Kyle. Too far.
Oh man.
We all stick together in all kinds of weather,
Yeah.
including the troughs.
Yep.
Are you? Are we done?
I think
Are you
so.
fucking
I want
done?
that. I want that etched into the stadium next. We all pee in all kinds of weather.
Yeah. Oh my god. I don't. How do we end this?
Trough
What do we do? Meet me at the trough, South Stadium. Buy the NBNR sticker. Buy the
Yep.
trough.
Yep.
Evans Custom Apparel.
Hey,
Hey.
listen to No Block, No Rock. We only get 11 more of these this season. Guaranteed 11
Fucking A.
more. 11 more guaranteed. That's all we need.
And some
Not
Cornhusker
NBNR,
cans.
but I mean games.
Oh, okay.
Games.
I was like,
yeah.
we do this
Yeah.
52 weeks out of the year.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, get it right. Come on. Even after L's.
Not unlike some of those Husker podcasts that just take the whole offseason
Oh,
off.
shit.
hell
Name
no.
names, Mike.
Oh,
Name
no,
names.
no, we're not doing that.
Don't need to.
Okay. Austin, where can people find you?
Anywhere and everywhere, pretty much. I think Mike chewed me out at the Pinnacle Bank Championship because he was like, "You're doing all this other stuff everywhere, and you're a guest on this show and doing this." I'm just everybody's utility player. So I work for Herd at Sports. I'll cover the high school stuff with NEB Preps. I have my own show, Small Town Ball. If you love 8-man football, that's your show. If you're not like Kyle, I mean, Kyle hates 8-man football.
Don't hate it.
Just don't understand it.
Don't hate it. I understand it too.
There's 6 less people on the field. It's
You
pretty
probably
much-
hate arena football too.
Translating hasn't translated for Nebraska yet.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm occasionally on 1620 The Zone. I'm occasionally on Herd at Sports Live. I'm occasionally on just about everything. So yeah, if you ever need me, call me. Put up
What-
a bat signal.
What's your home address?
West O. So yeah,
So
Okay.
yeah, Western
Omaha.
Nebraska.
pretty much. Yep. Anything west of 144th is indeed Western Nebraska. It was a jaunt to get out here. It was a jaunt.
Fucking jaunt, man. I know.
I live across the street,
Mike just
so-
walks here.
If it makes you feel better,
God.
I'm in Northwest O, so
Oh,
I
wow.
I have a jaunt as well.
Mm.
You want a carpool? We can do
We
that.
we should actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop on by. Yeah.
You don't want to ride in a car with me.
No.
All right.
I am
No.
annoying. I like more
Oh.
annoying than I am right now.
Okay.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know.
It's a yeah.
That's all I got. Okay. NBNRpodcast.com, Spotify, YouTube, Apple. It's the same thing. Just Google us. Google us. I'm one of your hosts, Jared Hall.
Mike Delor.
I'm Connor Cavalack.
Kyle Byers.
I was Austin Jacobsen.
Forgot. And you still are.
Thanks.
As always, beat Akron and GBR.